A fine Aaron Mooy strike early in the second half against Newcastle United meant Huddersfield Town's inaugural Premier League campaign remains unbeaten. The Australian, who this summer turned a loan from Manchester City into a permanent move, smashed in a 50th-minute winner following a neat 1-2 with Elias Kachunga. The result means David Wagner's side become only the third newly promoted team to win the first 2 games in the Premier League era, emulating Bolton Wanderers in 2001 and Hull City last season. Have a look below at some of the best lines from across the media on another impressive display for the club. Daily Mail: they'd sold out of home shirts hours before kick-off and could barely accommodate the tide of fans who flowed into the freshly painted, prefabricated Hud they're calling the Huddersfield Town megastore. That's what the anticipation looks and feels like when you've been waiting for the top flight since 1972. But though preparations for all this have been breathless, 8 weeks to restructure the new stand and construct a camera gantry to beam a Yorkshire former mill town to the world, the Terriers and the manager are the ones who have had time to build wisely. The evidence of the first 2 weekends suggests that the side promoted through the playoffs last May looks considerably better prepared than the one which came up directly. The Mirror: for years the modus operandi of newly promoted teams has been to sit deep and stifle their opponents. Not Huddersfield, though Wagner's team may be defensively disciplined, but they are also great fun to watch. Their constant pressing does not allow the game to go quiet, and you get the feeling they could win over a few neutral fans this season. Let us hope they have the stamina to continue in this style throughout the season. Huddersfield Town 10 Newcastle United match action view gallery TalkSport: Aaron Mooy's perfect finish after a well-worked team move comprising 14 passes was all that separated the teams, though the Terriers' performance deserved more than only the 50th-minute strike. Eurosport: after working together so long, the comparisons between Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp and his best man David Wagner are inevitable, but they are just. Wagner's Huddersfield liked to press high and put their opponents under pressure, and it worked well against the lackluster Newcastle. The main difference between the two teams is that they don't start panicking when they have to defend. Huddersfield are well drilled. When the fullbacks push on, either Mooy or Billing, or even both, drop back to split the centre-backs. When they're defending, they can become a very compact back six, bar the Perez chance. They looked good from set pieces as well. The Guardian: Huddersfield remain in dreamland after the first top-flight home game in 45 years produced a second deserved victory of the season. The Terriers are now up there with Manchester United with 2 wins from 2 games, and if they are not quite hurtling down the motorway at the same speed as Jose Mourinho's side, 6 points and 2 clean sheets is an early return few in West Yorkshire will have been expecting. 4-4-2 The Terriers finished 5th last season, 13 points behind championship winners Newcastle, and needed a penalty shootout to overcome Reading in the playoff final at Wembley. But they have made themselves feel instantly at home in what is the first appearance in the top flight since 197,172, thumping Crystal Palace 30 away from home last weekend. And they made it 2 wins from 2 attempts thanks to Aaron Mooy's emphatic 50th-minute strike. At a packed John Smith Stadium, the Telegraph: few winning goals in this Premier League season will be greeted with such unbridled joy as Aaron Mooy's 50th-minute strike, but when a club has waited 16,703 days for a home top-flight victory, such a response is understandable. November 27, 1971, and a 21 win over that season's champions Derby County, marked the last time that Huddersfield had won in front of their own supporters in the top tier. One of that day's goal scorers, the old entertainer himself, Frank Worthington, would have appreciated Mooy's finishes he watched on from the director's box. Live blog recap: talking points, match report, player ratings.